Good afternoon and happy Friday. I was please excuse everything about this. Just everything about this. Just let it go. Because what I'm going to talk about is far more important than any crew neck dingy white t-shirt coupled with a brow that I'd like to see on my face, but it's not there. Um, I was about to start talking about a concert because everybody knows, if you know me, you know that's my thing. I love concerts. I go to concerts. I'll go out of town and go to a concert, etc., etc. So I'm doing like a short little video about the before version of going to this concert this evening. Now this evening is a jazz concert, and then tomorrow evening is none other than Raphael Sadiq. Because I don't care where he is, what he's doing, I'm going to be there. And I don't care what the circumstance is, I'm going to be there, flat out. So, anywho, I'm recording the before video. And so my phone starts to ring. I'm irritated as usual, even though that's what a phone is for, to ring. So whoever can get in contact with you. But anywho, I see it's programmed in my phone, and I'm obviously not gonna say the name, but I'm like, who is this? I don't know this person. Like, who could this possibly be? It's like I have a name under there. I have where I used to work, and I also have what would have been their former profession on there. And so it's a much more mature woman on the phone. And one thing I remember, I will say I used to work at AT&T. And one thing I remember about working at AT&T was I had a very difficult time doing my job in a timely fashion. And sometimes it was because I would talk to so many people, like these lengthy conversations where they would just tell me so much about themselves, their lives, past lives and just different situations, and they would give me a lot of different advice, and I just I couldn't help it. I would always be drawn into various conversations, or like older people that just needed help around the house. I know I was supposed to be there doing a job, but I didn't care. Like, I did not care if I went over on the time that I was supposed to be there, and that's why I probably stayed written up and in trouble, because I would be doing everything but the job. But anyway, so she says, hi, this is, yada, yada, yada. And I don't know if you remember me, but, so she proceeds to talk about, she wanted to she moved out. Her situation is completely different than when I had known her previously. But she really sounded like really just depressed and down, but she almost to the point like where I could hear a little quiver in her voice, as if she wanted to cry. But she was just so happy to hear from me, and she talked about like what the conversation was like that we had. Now, mind you, I genuinely remember, but I don't remember who this lady was. I don't know. But it was just so gratifying to hear how touched she was to hear my voice and talk to me. And we spoke about God together. She said that we even prayed together, you know what I mean, while I was at her house. And again, I don't remember, but what really touched me was that she was just so like overwhelmingly delighted to hear my voice and just to feel my spirit through the phone. You know what I mean? Like, it was just something that I never expected. And so, I always say to my daughters, I'll say, be very mindful of how you treat people while you're young, because one day, you know what I mean, if God is willing, you'll be that older person. You know what I mean? Like, be very mindful, be very careful of how you treat people, and even outside of that, you should treat people well. You should be kind. You don't always have to be the nicest, but You need to be kind to people. But you know, I just wanted to share that. Like, it just really touched my heart. And you know, I just told her, hey, you are more than welcome to call me anytime. I have a very flexible schedule. Call me anytime. You know what I mean? She was like, well, you know, I don't want to bother you. I said, I'm the person. I'm the person that asked you to call whenever you feel compelled to do so. So I just wanted to share that, and, you know, just share that, like, I was having a really tough week this week, and that really changed the trajectory of the rest of this weekend going into next week for me, because, you know, sometimes you think you have it really, really rough for various reasons. You know what I mean? Usually people think when you say you have it rough, it's, you know, monetary issues, or, you know, job related, or, you know, things of that nature. But, you know, there's various reasons, you know, why a person can be having a tough time. And I just, you know, I had been having a tough time, and that just really brought some light to this day. You know, I'm normally in a jovial mood anyway, but, you know, just like I said, I've been struggling this week, and, you know, for various reasons. And that just really, like, she was sent to me today. You know what I mean? I just think that she was really sent to me today. I mean, I haven't worked for AT&T probably since 2018, maybe 2018 or something like that. And for that lady to just call me out of the blue the very week that I'm having a really, really tough time, to share some nice, thoughtful words, I have to believe, or I'm compelled to believe, that, you know, that was specifically for me. That was specifically for me. And I just, you know, I wanted to share that. And I hope that makes your day brighter. You know what I mean? Just a little something from me to you. But you know what I'm about to do? I'm about to get ready to get to this concert. So, you know, I'll see you in a bit.